Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, the Disney Plus Marvel Studios Xmen 97. So this is a continuation from the Xmen the Animated Series, and for the first time we have Rogue, and we also have Gambit, which will be the next video. I will do a comparison with one of the other Rogue figures. This will be the retro card back Target exclusive version of Rogue. I just didn't want to bring out, all the figures and stuff. This one is different though. There might be some same pieces like the jacket and the arms, the hands, but we get new legs on this one that are pinless, and then we don't have the issue with like these green bands and things like that. So pretty cool. But this is our first animated series. So Rogue was not in the VHS line. Storm and Wolverine were, Magneto wasn't, and Wolverine weren't. But Rogue is not, Gambit was not, so it's cool that we kind of get those two. So looking at the package, we got the artwork of Rogue there. We have the group of the ones that are in this wave here. Looking at the back of the package, you see the cross-sell with all the characters and everything in there. We see that Rogue comes with an extra set of hands. So she has the gloved hands, so both fists, and then she has the other hand which holds the glove that was taken off, so you can have this bare hand here for her right hand, which the retro cardback version had also come with. So nothing really new here. But it gives gives people another chance to get a Rogue figure, and then again, this one's specific to an animated series style. So I got my wave from ToySnowman.com. They're based in Canada, so link in the video description below. Last I saw, she was in stock, so you'd be able to order it now and get it shipped. They ship anywhere, so you don't have to be in Canada to get it. They ship, and they have all your action figures you need. So Marvel Legends, of course, as well as all the other action figure lines that you may collect. So make sure to check them out. Link in the video description below. It's my referral link, which will give new users who create a new account a 5% off coupon code in their Frost rewards. So make sure to check it out. Here we have Rogue. Let's check her out now. Okay, so here is the Rogue figure out of the package, and I will be straight up. I think this is actually the weakest link in the wave for me personally. I didn't necessarily need another Rogue. Yes, this one's good because it is pinless on the legs. We don't have that problem with these green bands and things like that. So there's some nice updates. The head sculpt looks okay. I like the other one that we got quite a bit. The green jacket is more accurate and stuff. It's just a couple of weird things with this one. It's got some not the best paint apps on the legs when it comes to like the green and yellow in certain places. When we get in for the closer look, I'll kind of go over that. The head sculpt looks pretty good, but something about it, and I think it's just because of the animated style that makes it look a little bit odd. But again, there's nothing like super groundbreaking or anything, because this was a really good Rogue figure. Really good. The other one, the Juggernaut Wave, was it Juggernaut Wave? Got me thinking now. I think the Juggernaut Wave Rogue, was it Juggernaut? I can't even remember at this point. That Rogue was pretty good. I don't know, that was a really good one. This one was really good, even though it was very similar to the other one. It had the different, head sculpt and stuff. But this one, it's just not as good. Now, it's not a bad figure by any means, but I don't think it's better than the previous Rogue figures that we got. And I never had issues with my two Rogue figures as far as the legs being gummy or anything like that, which is good. This one's definitely going to be more sturdy in the long run, sure. But, just looking at the side-by-side, I definitely think the comic book version looks better. But let's get in for a closer look so you guys can, see how it is, and then see like what I'm talking about is in terms of the paint apps. Okay, so here we have an up-close look at the Rogue figure, and this looks pretty good. To me, the skin tone makes it look a little soft, so it really gives off that animated style vibe to me. I don't think it's bad, but something about it just looks a little bit off to me. I don't know if it's because her face is very small, like compared to what we got before. As you can see, I mean, it's a huge size difference. I never once thought that this head was too big for this body, but in this case, I feel like, this new one, the head is too small. So it's just, it's kind of odd. You can see a big difference in that they did use a different upper torso for the Rogue figure. That in no way bothers me at all. The jacket is the same. We get the Xmen logo that's a little bit lower on the arm as opposed to more so on the shoulder, as you can see there. That is a little bit different. The glove and everything is the same, so this one's sculpted to where it's she's holding the glove, and then you could just take this cuff piece off. So like here with the bare hand, we could put this glove piece back on there, and then put the fist over, so boom, she's wearing the two gloves. This doesn't really make sense because how could she be holding a glove that she's wearing. So, you know, there's kind of the standard look. Oh, it is a different belt as well. As you can see, this belt had pouches. There are no pouches on this belt here. And then here, again, we are pinless in the legs, and then this is actually in the sculpt. So this green band that is sculpted there, this one is sculpted as well. They did not continue a green line over the hinge. Not that big of a deal, but just thought I'd point it out. But looking at the paint, a lot of fuzzy line work where the green and the yellow meets, as you can see there. So it's just, it didn't come out as clean as, you know, you would kind of hope, especially here in the front, as you can see how all the fuzzy yellow and green, and then here on this leg as well, and then top here you get some of that green showing up. So the paint app's just not that clean. You know, Hasbro can and has done so much better. They've also done so much worse. So I guess this is kind of the in-between, but it just still sucks when you get one and you know, you would like it to be as clean as possible, and it's just not here. And then just yellow all the way through. But again, pinless legs, so they are not gummy in any way. Definitely sturdy, so no concerns or anything going on there. The hair, again, it just has a very animated style look to me. Not my favorite. I prefer the comic book version. I think it looks a whole lot better. The hair looks pretty good. It's actually like two pieces. Two separate pieces, so the red and the white hair, those are two different pieces overlaying on top of each other, so that's how they could get it to look so good, whereas on the previous, you know, it was paint that just separated the two different hair colors, right? Oh no, it was two different pieces. Oh, yeah, I guess it was two different pieces, but again, you know, a little bit more like thinner hair in the sculpt to bring out a little bit more details with the animated. It's a little bit softer in the details, you know, as you can see, it's a little bit less. So just kind of on your preference of what you think. I will do a head swap, which I don't typically like to do, but let's see how... Oh, there was no hinge on the previous version. Let's see if that makes a difference. So here, the head sits on the neck weird, so it looks like it's leaning forward because the hair has to go over, you know, the shoulders, and because it's a different upper torso, you know, it sits on there a little bit funny. If we wanted to do something like this, that could work too, but if anything, you know, not really a neck going on there, so that doesn't really work out too well. So I want to show you guys the articulation, but this was irritating the hell out of me. I was trying to take the side-by-side pictures of the two different Rogue figures. Here is a good, you know, way to see the differences in the yellows and the green. A much brighter yellow, much brighter green. But anyway, this older comic version of Rogue can stand up quite easily. This other one is actually difficult as hell for me to stand up, partially because I just suck at doing this kind of thing. But take a look at these legs here. Pretty straight, right? This new version, as you can see, her legs curve forward. I don't know why. They're not warped. They're curved forward. And it's making it like weird to get her to stand up. You have to like kind of hinge the feet upwards a little bit, and you just got to get them in the right spot to get her to stand. And it just seems really, really weird to me. And then so it kind of looks like she's leaning, but that's the way to get it stable. I don't know why the legs are sculpted like that. It's odd, right? Anyway, I thought I'd point that out because it's pissing me off trying to get her to stand up properly, and it just looks weird because you have to like make her lean forward a little bit. It's just really weird. But anyway, looking at the articulation. So the head sculpt, you can turn and twist around. You can actually do some pivot and stuff going on in there, which is good. She can't look down. She's not going to be able to look up because the hair is really going to get in the way. So just a heads up on that. Shoulder, you can get to go up and out that much. You can do a full rotation in there. There is a single jointed elbow, unfortunately, as these are reused jacket arms, so swivel at that elbow. You can do the hinge just about 90 degrees or so. Make sure you get the hinge in the right spot, because like on my Storm video, I in fact had the arm rotated incorrectly. I thought I had rotated it to get it in the right spot. Clearly I did not, so you could get almost 90 degrees with that one. The curve at the wrist is still ugly and not correct, but it's just the bend where it was affected. But anyway, Rogue, she can bend that much at the elbow. Wrists swivel and they do hinge. The fists have the standard horizontal hinge. The open hand has it as well, and then the glove holding glove hand, same thing. So we have the diaphragm cut on Rogue, so she could tilt to her left that much. She could tilt to her right that much there. That's not a whole lot. feel like she can get it to tilt and then it just kind of pops back up. So not a whole lot of tilt going on in there. You get a swivel at that diaphragm. She can lean back a little bit. She can come forward extremely little as well. Legs go out that far apart. She can't kick forward that far. The leg doesn't really go back. You got the upper thigh cut in there. Double jointed pinless knee. And again, this boot portion is sculpted with the leg as opposed to the previous version, which was a separate piece at that kneecap. So it's different there. I don't know what the hell's going on outside with those horns. Apologies for that. But you get that much bend there at the knee. Again, it is sturdy, no gumminess or anything like that. Look at, see, why does it curve like that? That's going to drive me crazy. No calf swivel, no boot swivel, even though it would have been a perfect spot to add one in with that green band sculpted in there. Foot hinges down. You get some hinge up, ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Again, just getting her into a standing position, it makes her, it's just weird. You got to like get the legs far apart. And like, again, it just looks leaning a little bit. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe it's just me, but it's driving me crazy. Okay, so for some additional side-by-side, I brought out the Gambit figure. This is the Target exclusive retro cardback version, not the, what wave was he in? Was it Apocalypse? Was it Caliban? I can't even remember. It's been so long now, and all these, so many figures, so many Marvel Legends releases. But here we have these three together. Now let's take a look at Rogue with the rest of the wave we have already taken a look at. Okay, so here's the wave so far. We're only missing Gambit. That will be the next video, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to record it right after this one, so it should be fairly short time after the Rogue video goes live that you get to see the Gambit figure. But the animated series X-Men 97 rounding out to be pretty good. Again, we don't know what the show is about other than it's a continuation of the original X-Men animated series. You know, this taking place 5 years after the start of the original series. So again, should be some kind of continuation. But hey, we get some cool Marvel Legends out of it. Bishop and Wolverine are the standouts to me. Magneto's not bad. Storm is okay. Rogue, I think, is the easiest pass of the wave. I hate to say it because at one time getting a Rogue figure was very difficult to come by. I just don't know that this one is your definitive like version of Rogue or the one that you'd really want to pick up. But again, green jacket for animated series, it works. It's just, again, in my opinion, it just doesn't look as good as like the other ones. The other ones have a very realistic, while still feeling animated look to the face sculpts and stuff. For Rogue, there's something about the softness of the plastic or the skin tone or something just looks a little bit off to me. Maybe I'm crazy. You guys let me know down in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. If you're interested in supporting the channel, hit that join button to become a channel member and be a part of the MCU collective. And as always, thank you for watching.